Batch leads, PropStream, Deal Machine, Privy, REI Reply, Podio, DocuSign. What is the best real estate wholesaling software and which one should you use for 2023? Guys, I know with all these softwares I just said, it's probably a little stressful figuring out which one you actually need in your wholesaling real estate business and which one's actually essential, which ones you need, and which ones you don't need. Let me tell you this straight up. You need software for wholesaling real estate. There shouldn't be a barrier to the money you pay because there's amazing free softwares to get real estate wholesaling deals, but there's also paid softwares that work really well. What I'm gonna do in this video is break down every single type of software you need for wholesaling real estate, the key distinct categories on which one's the best, and which software you should be using for 2023. But before I break all these softwares down, do me a big favor, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe, and let's get into it. So the first thing I want you to know, and this is a huge problem I see in the real estate wholesaling community, there are so many gurus and other YouTubers, and I'm guilty of this sometimes too, that push affiliates. So sometimes when you see a real estate influencer talking about a software, the way they talk about it is very skewed. For example, I'm not hating on anybody. They say Batch Leads is the best wholesaling software ever, and PropStream is the worst, it's the devil. And they got other people saying PropStream's the best thing ever, and Batch Leads is the devil, and it's the worst software ever. Is it ever weird to you that it's black or white? This is good and this is bad, and there's nothing in between? No, I do agree with affiliates. And yes, it's important to have discount codes and free trials of the software so you can know how to do it. And without YouTube, you wouldn't really get to see what these softwares look like without actually paying for it. And yes, I do have affiliate links in the bio, and I do get some money when you sign up. But the only thing different with me here is I tell you that these softwares aren't going to make or break you. So right now, I'm still currently the only YouTuber that promotes PropStream and Batch Leads at the same time. I'm able to do this because I'm not biased and I have a big enough audience where both software companies are okay with me promoting both. The issue is there's a lot of wholesalers that actually can't do this. So if you do see any affiliate links in the bottom or anything I mentioned today, just understand I don't promote anything unless I actually used it and got deals with it in my wholesaling business. So let's break this down. Wholesaling real estate software can be really broken up into three distinct categories. I call category number one, which is probably the one you're watching this for. This is going to be list pulling, comping, skip tracing software, pretty much the big ones, right? So what type of softwares are these, right? This is Batch Leads, PropStream. These are the type of softwares that are quote unquote all in one. Property Radar, there's a bunch of these out here. Number two here is going to be like skip tracing. There's a lot of skip tracing companies. You got Lead Sherpa, you got Batch, you got REI Reply, you got Launch Control, you got Roar, Smarter Contact. There's a bunch of these softwares out here. And then three, I sort of call this like the specialty softwares. Maybe the e-signing services, the CRMs, sometimes the website builders, right? Those are really the three type of wholesaling softwares that I'm talking about today. And the coolest part is you can actually pull these leads absolutely for free too, or you can pay for it. So let's break down the pricing and really break down the first category here, which is the quote unquote all-in-one type services. These are the biggest real estate software companies. So let's talk about the first one, Batch Leads. Really, if you look at wholesaling real estate, these list pulling companies, there's only two that are really even worth mentioning in my opinion. This is Batch Leads and PropStream. Because these companies make so much stinking money, they pour millions and millions of dollars every single year into research and development. And I personally know the owners and the software developers on both of these companies, and I've seen from them the millions of dollars they put into finding out how to pull the best data, the best lists, the best skip tracing, and in software developments for apps, free things, and MLS data. So really, when you compare those two softwares with other list pulling services, a lot of them can't compare because they don't put millions of dollars into research and development for list pulling. And before my haters come out here and say this, I'm just going to say the most controversial quote in wholesaling real estate you can hear from me. You can't go wrong picking any of those softwares. And I'm just being honest. This is like driving a Toyota Camry or a Honda Accord. Yes, there's slight differences between these cars, but one is not going to give you this insane advantage over the other. One might be better for racing, one might be better for gas mileage, but really, they're both cars and there's not a huge difference. This is not Ferrari racing, right? This is just getting from point A to point B, getting leads and getting deals. So let's break down the cost of both these softwares. Number one, we got Batch Leads. For the starter plan here, which is pretty much the most popular one, it's around $99 a month, slightly cheaper if you can buy it for the full year. And from there, you get 10,000 lists a month to pull. And before everyone goes, oh my gosh, I need 40, 50,000 lists to pull, 10,000 is enough. I promise you. The skip tracing service on here is about 14 cents and it comes with a free Drawing for Dollars app and and MLS data. On the other hand, PropStream, which is the still $99 a month, you guessed it, 10,000 list polls, 12-cent skip tracing, a free drawing for dollars app, and MLS data. The one thing I can tell you about both these softwares is PropStream might come out with a feature, which I'll tell you they did a drawing for dollars app for free. For 3 to 4 months, it was the only software that had a free drawing for dollars app, and I praised them like crazy on this. And because of how much I love free markets and competition, Batch Leads came out and got a free drawing for dollars app also. Really, when both these softwares come up with a new cutting edge thing, the other software pretty much makes a comparison and levels out the playing field on there. This is because iron sharpens iron, and because these two softwares are competing with each other, they're giving you the best and best, and that helps you, the consumer, the wholesaler. Now, they're pretty much very similar when it comes to those proponents, but let's break down the key differences here. Batch Leads, in my opinion, has better skip tracing, and they have a way better drawing for dollars app. I can tell you straight up, there's only 3 really good drawing for dollars apps you should be using. Obviously, the best one is Deal Machine, aka DMZack.com, and there's pretty much a big gap between that and Batch and PropStream, but still, the gap between Batch's drawing for dollars app and PropStream is still pretty big. Not insanely massive where it's going to make you not do deals, but the user interface is just so much better, especially when getting teams. So if you want to try Batch Leads out for free, just go to zackdata.com. You can try it out absolutely for free. Get a 7-day free trial too there. On the other hand, PropStream, I have personally found, and this is just my opinion, when I independently research and pull the same type of list on both these services, I do get a better quality data with PropStream in my local market and throughout the Southeast when I'm virtually wholesaling. I found a better wide variety of selection of lists on PropStream. They're a little better at that. For example, I get the pre-probates list, I get the zombie properties, I get some very interesting data like the flippers tab, which helps me just pull more cash buyers in my business. And it's a little better, especially when I'm doing some creative finance list polling. Now, these extra things don't make it so much better than Batch Leads because the skip tracing on Batch is still the best. So still to this day, they're very, very even. PropStream does come with a rehab calculator, aka Blue Hammer, which is like 10-15 bucks a month to get for free, which I don't really need. And then you can also get a free website for your sellers with there, which is another 10-15 bucks. It usually costs a month to do that. And it just comes with PropStream. So if you want to try PropStream for free, go to listrei.com and try it out absolutely for free. Now, I'm telling you guys, both these softwares, if you're going to use them in your business, they're going to do well. Do you need both of them? Not really. I use both of them just because I run a big operation in my wholesaling business. But truthfully, it's a Lowe's hammer versus a Home Depot hammer. You might have a preference of which one is better, but they're both hammers. So if you're looking to hammer 50 nails on a construction project, buying the regular hammer at Lowe's versus the regular hammer at Home Depot, it's still going to be a hammer. Don't get too caught up on which hammer's better. No other real estate wholesaling influencer or YouTuber is going to tell you this, but it's the honest truth. Now let's talk about SMS text blasting. There's a lot of SMS text blasting services, and yes, I'm going to sound biased on here. I've honestly only have a lot of experience with 3. These services are Lead Sherpa, Batch Leads, and Launch Control. Now, I've heard a lot of great things about Smarter Contact and Roar, but I've never used them, so I really can't give you a full breakdown. What I can tell you is I know people that personally have gotten deals from those services, and I don't think you can go wrong with that. Same thing like the hammer. So you can use those services. It will not change really much. And then the other one, which I've heard a lot about, is REI Reply. Now, REI Reply is great, but the one thing, it just doesn't work for my business and in the way I teach SMS text blasting because you can't get the spinner tokens and your deliverability rate is not as good as if you use the top 3 softwares. We're going to leave REI Reply on 4. The reason why it's very popular is extremely cheap, but the quality of text out there is not as good as the top 3. Again, this is my personal opinion. People do deals on REI Reply, and I think if you use it, you can't go wrong with it, but it's not my top preference. Now let's talk about the 3. Personally, I started out SMS text blasting with Lead Sherpa actually, because I used to get unlimited texting. I abused it like crazy, got a lot of deals, and the carriers started getting a little crazy. I moved to Launch Control, did a bunch of deals from there, then ran into some problems with Launch Control. Nothing too much on my side, but it was just with regulations that I wanted to get the best possible scripts. And then I moved to Batch Leads so I get the best skip tracing, mix it all together. Now, honestly, I wish I could tell you Batch Leads is so much greater than all the other ones, but it's very slight. I would say Batch Leads is probably 5 to 10% better than Launch Control and Lead Sherpa. Nothing too crazy. So if you're comfortable with those services, use them. I'll tell you, Launch Control and Lead Sherpa probably have the 2nd and 3rd best skip tracing on all these softwares. So they're really, really high quality. That being said, if you have PropStream, aka listrei.com, the skip tracing is actually not bad on that either. So I still recommend you use PropStream for skip tracing if that's what you want. Now let's talk about the last type of software, right? These are the specialty softwares. My top favorite specialty software all time right now is DMZack.com, aka Deal Machine. The reason why I love Deal Machine is because it's a specialty software. It sticks to one thing. And because it doesn't do a lot of crazy other things around it, it's very cheap, it's very effective, and it lets you do the thing that you need to do. And because of how powerful drawing for dollars is, Deal Machine, aka DMZack.com, is hands down the best one you can possibly do. All you really have to do is get in your car, look for ugly looking houses, do reverse drawing for dollars, upload, let's say, a code violation list, put some sticky notes on those properties or drive around that area. DMZack.com's got you covered. And I don't want to get into a full breakdown on all these softwares and how they work, but if you do go to freewholesaling.com, my free real estate wholesaling course, you'll be set up very well to learn these softwares and how to do them the right way for wholesaling success. Now, the other type of specialty softwares I really like, number 2 here, DocuSign. It's a really cool e-signing service. So I'm doing virtual wholesaling and I want to get somebody to sign my contract. DocuSign's got you covered. I use Dotloop, but that's because I also run a real estate brokerage with partners. So that's just what I'm used to. And then when it comes to a CRM, which is basically a customer relationship manager, this is basically a software where I can organize the leads the right way. Hands down, Podio is still the best one. My Podio guide is in freewholesaling.com and still the one I use in my wholesaling real estate business. Now, guys and gals, the last software I could tell you about specialty is one of my favorite ones out here. It's actually a skip tracing software you can actually use for free, and you're actually going to be able to go out here and skip trace for free. It's called TruePeopleSearch.com. You literally go to that website, you can actually find people's phone numbers absolutely for free, literally costs $0 at all. Once you pull a list, you get their phone number for free at TruePeopleSearch.com. If you can't afford the skip tracing, go to Google Voice and you're able to dial out whatever area code you want and start calling motivated sellers and be more professional. I want you guys to understand this. These softwares aren't going to make or break you to become successful in your wholesaling business. I made my first $100,000 in real estate wholesaling with just a pen and paper using bandit signs. So no, you don't need any of these fancy softwares to become successful. They are tools. The best analogy I can give to you is it's like a shovel. Yes, if I'm at the beach and I want to dig a hole in the ground, if I use a really nice shovel, I could probably dig a really deep hole in 10, 15 minutes, or I could use my hands and it might take me 2 hours to do it, but I'm still digging the hole. The guy or gal that digs for 4 or 5 hours is going to get way farther than the person with the shovel that gives up after 20 minutes. It's not about the tools you have. It's about how you use them and the work you're willing to take. Yes, if you don't use any of the paid softwares, you're going to have to work more, but you can still get the same results. Now, when it comes to scaling, you start doing $10, $20, $30, $40,000 a month. It's going to be a little different. But I can tell you is use these softwares as a tool to help jumpstart you to more success in wholesaling, not as a crutch that's going to change everything. If you do this, you'll do very, very well. Now, I have a full breakdown on all these softwares in my free real estate wholesaling course, freewholesaling.com. You probably hear me talk about it a lot in this video. I have over 50,000 active members in there learning wholesaling real estate for free. And I've helped over hundreds of thousands of people in that course learn wholesaling for free. If you want to learn how these softwares work, the scripts to use with the softwares, and actually learning the wholesaling process, I recommend you go there. If you got any value of this video, do me a big favor. Make sure you smash the like button, subscribe, go to freewholesaling.com, and I'll see you guys soon. This is Zach signing out. Have a blessed one.